Hey there, TV fans. Time for a brand new episode of FYC with the amazing Perri Nemiroff, the mighty Jeff Snyder, and yours truly, Scott Movie Mance here. So we are covering the Emmys from now until Emmy Day on September 14th, 2025. Emmy nominations are Tuesday, July 15th, 2025. And so last time we were here, we looked at our predictions for the nominees for Outstanding Drama Series. Now we're going to add some levity to the proceedings by taking on Outstanding Comedy Series. So, Perri Nemiroff, I start with you. What is number one on your list for Outstanding Comedy Series?
I love how you just jump right into it now. I was all ready to be like answering the question, like, how are you doing today? I'm like, I'm great because it's Final Destination Bloodlines weekend. But I'm happy to talk about the Emmys too. Number one on my list is going to be Hacks. I love Hacks. It's so good. It's so smart. From day one, the bar has been so high. It has never dipped. This industry loves this show. This industry loves the people that are involved. I don't see its chances waning in this category whatsoever. It's my number one.
Okay, Jeff, what about you? Is Hacks your number one as well?
It is. I'm halfway through this season. I like it. Robbie Hoffman is a interesting new character as a new assistant. Yeah, I mean, listen, I just don't love the shows that are probably going to be nominated this year. I've only seen, I think, one show all the way through.
Wow.
So, like, these shows just aren't really for me. But Hacks is a steady source of laughs and entertainment, and I just love the characters. And I agree, it is number one with a bullet.
I agree with both of you in that Hacks is a great show. It keeps getting better and better with each passing season. Last September, it was the surprise winner for Outstanding Comedy Series, beating The Bear, which everyone thought it was going to go to The Bear. And Jean Smart has won the Emmy for Outstanding Actress in a Comedy Series 3 years in a row. She's probably looking at a fourth. And that's why I have Hacks at number 2 on my list.
Okay.
And the reason being, because I think, there's something to be said about, and I did talk about this a little bit last time, talking about drama series. Sometimes there needs to be something to kind of shake it up a little bit. I think Hacks succeeds because people love poking fun about the business. And that is why my new number one is The Studio.
Mm-hmm.
Studio is not only is it hilarious, not only is it on point, and yes, sure, it might be a little too inside baseball, but I don't think it's too inside baseball. But what I love about the show, honestly, the directing of each episode by Seth Rogen and Evan Goldberg with the long oneers, as they call them, the complete takes. In fact, the second episode of the season, and I think another one later on, were all done as a one complete take, or at least it doesn't look like it was stitched together. And I think there is a lot of heart to the show because Seth Rogen's character really wants to make a good movie, but the studios won't let him. I love The Studio. I think that could be the new number one here. But I might be wrong. But where do you, Jeff, have The Studio on your list?
I agree that The Oneer is probably the single best half hour that I saw this year. I think that's a tremendous episode. And I don't know how they do it. Like if you just submit an episode, right? Or if it's the entirety of the series.
For this category, it's the entirety, right?
Okay. Yeah. Right.
Okay. Then, I just don't think that the studio really sticks the landing. I think at the back half of the series isn't quite as funny, and it relies on Seth Rogen's let's all do drugs shtick. And I think that there's going to be a lot of people in the industry who feel like they could have made this show better.
Okay. Fair enough.
So I have it at number 4.
All right, Perri, where do you have The Studio on your list?
Jeff and I are in line today. I have it at number 4. I do think it's definitely getting a nomination. I'm not doubting its nomination whatsoever. In fact, I think that our predictions in this particular category are far more limited as far as realistic possibilities go than drama series. Yeah. But I will say we have 3 award season juggernauts in this category that are just so undeniable when it comes to getting this nomination that there is no way I could put a new series above them. So it's my number 4.
I completely agree.
I completely get it. I know I'm taking a swing here, and I know I always say this, but these predictions could change. Probably will the next time we cover Outstanding Drama Comedy Series. But Jeff, I think The Oneer is a great episode. my favorite episode of the season is the one at the Golden Globes,
Mhm.
where Seth Rogen's character is trying to get everybody to thank him, and everybody winds up thanking like Baron Holtz.
Val Saperstein.
Val Saperstein. So fucking funny. All right. Anyway, moving on. So, okay. So Perri Nemiroff, if Hacks is your number one, what's your number two?
I'm going the bear. Just
Go
like
with the bear.
you can't deny it. You can't deny Hacks. You can't deny the bear, and you can't deny my number 3.
Okay. Well, hold that thought on number 3. Jeff, where do you have the bear?
I also have it at number 2. This
Wow.
show has just never been for me. I mean, I watched a few episodes in season 1, and I was like, I don't like the energy of this show. It's too much. It's not the way I want to spend like a half hour. So, but you can't deny the awards love for it, and so yeah, I have it as a clear nominee at number 2.
I have the bear at number 4. It is the winner of Outstanding Comedy Series in 2023, but not 2024. That one I said to Hacks. Problem with the bear this season is I don't think the third season was nearly as good as the first 2. Also, there's still the argument, is the bear a comedy? Jeff, it is not a show that I watch and have a good time watching. It makes me very
stressful. Seems
stressed
stressful.
out. It stresses me the hell out. But I agree with Perri that it's definitely getting nominated. My 4 are probably the same as yours, but my ranking is different. Jeff, what's your number 3?
I think this is Perri's other undeniable show, and that's Abbott Elementary.
Without a doubt.
Yeah, and that's in a show, again, I haven't even seen an episode of that show.
Jeff.
Jeff,
educate yourself and see Abbott Elementary. And it takes place in Philly, which is where I was born and raised, so I love for that reason as well. Perri, that's your number 3 as well, huh?
Yeah, it's my number 3. Jeff, Jeff, if the bear's not your vibe, like maybe Abbott Elementary will be. It's just like that's like one of those comedies that I put on whenever, like, I like watching it from episode to episode and seeing certain builds, but like it's one of those shows where I could put on an episode at any given time that I just like need a smile.
If I didn't spend 1,000 hours a year watching Seinfeld reruns, I would make time for Abbott Elementary, but that is exactly how I spend my time.
Wow. Well, I watch Friends reruns all the time, and of course Star Trek reruns. But anyway, Abbott Elementary, I have it number 5 on my list. It was nominated 3 times for Outstanding Comedy Series, so maybe that should move up on my list because I feel like it's about time that show like won the big one. But this is a competitive category. My number 3 on my list is Only Murders in the Building. The reason being because the show has, still think the first season was the best, but I think this most recent season was also really good. And it won a surprise SAG award this past January when it won Outstanding Cast in a Comedy Series, when everybody expected that, I think, to go to Hacks. So I think that, there is a big contingent of the TV Academy that are SAG members. So, it's definitely getting nominated, like Perri said. But do you have, Jeff, the Insnyder.com, Only Murders in the Building on your list?
This episode's going to be like 15 minutes long.
yeah, it is.
I do have it on the list, but it just feels like an also ran. Like, I would take it off the list if there were more comedies. But I think, like Perri said or alluded to, there really aren't a lot to choose from this year, it feels like. So I have it at number 6. Your rankings are wild, man. But
they're wild, but not really.
We have the same shows. I'm not calling like the opinion itself crazy, but the rankings are something. Only Murders I have at number 6.
All right, Perri, how about you for Only Murders?
I want to slightly change what you just said, Jeff, from my own perspective, at least. I don't necessarily think it's that we have a year with less to choose from. I think we have a lot of really great stuff to choose from. But when we're sitting in these chairs doing this show, I think the pool has just been narrowed so significantly that if we're predicting anything with like even a sliver of a possibility, a lot of things got cut out really early, or at least that's how I'm seeing the field right now. On my list, I do think that my 1 through 6 feel like locks for nominations to me, and Only Murders is one of them. I have it at number 5. Again, given its award season success, I think you can't deny it, especially with how the competition looks right now.
I agree with that.
Let me ask you, are there 7 or 8 nominees in this category?
8.
8.
Definitely 8. Okay.
Definitely 8. And Perry, what is your number 6?
My number 6 is Shrinking. I also think Shrinking came back with a great season.
Yeah.
I think that one had a little more of an uphill battle as a newer show for season 1, but I think it's firmly in the mix now. My 7 and 8, I think, are where I start to get into toss-up territory because I think those could be swapped.
Shrinking definitely had a better second season. The first season was only nominated for 2 Emmys, lead actor for Jason Segel and supporting actress for Jessica Williams. Nothing for Harrison Ford, but maybe this year. I have Shrinking at number 8. Jeff, where do you
I
have
loved
Shrinking?
season 1 of Shrinking, and then I heard that season 2 wasn't as good, so I still haven't seen season 2. I need to catch up with that one.
Good.
I have it at 7. You guys are sleeping on a pretty big show that I have at 5. That I feel like its newness vaults it over shows like Only Murders in the Building and Shrinking, and that's Nobody Wants This.
There you go.
I have that at number 5. That was a buzzy show that's going to get the Silver Lake crowd.
Agreed.
Talking. So yeah, I have that at 5 and 7 is Shrinking.
Perry, what about you for Nobody Wants This?
I have Nobody Wants Us at number 8. Clearly, I do think it's going to get in. I put one other show above it though, because I do think it does have enough of an award season track record and it's beloved and it's ending. Do you want me to reveal what my 7 is? Or
I think I know what it is.
Yeah.
Let's stay in the shadow, Perry. What's your number 7?
That's what we do in the shadows.
Yeah, of course.
And I want to see it happen for the show. I think that show since the very beginning has been like a television making feat. It's another show you could put on at any single episode. It puts a smile on your face. And I just think it's done such smart things with that concept. I really think it should be honored, especially as it comes to an end.
Well, that is the show. What We Do in the Shadows was nominated for Outstanding Comedy Series 3 times in 2020, 22, and 24. And it is ending. I think it'll probably get nominated. Honestly, I had that as my number 1 honorable mention, but after that, Perry, I think I might move it up. Jeff, where do you have what?
Well, wait, I'm very curious what the other show is that you have.
Me?
Yeah.
Okay, well, wait. Where do you have What We Do in the Shadows?
I do have it at number 8.
Okay.
I do have it making the cut, but it's kind of like an 8A, and it's the same logic that I would apply to my 8B, which is not an Emmy darling, and that is The Righteous Gemstones. I have What We Do in the Shadows over that show for the last slot. Righteous Gemstones is not an Emmy darling. I wish that it was recognized for its last season. I just don't think it's going to be. So, gun to my head, I'll go What We Do in the Shadows as well. But it seems like a toss-up to me.
Okay, well, you asked me like what my number 7 is.
I'm curious.
So listen, I know my rankings are a little different, but I think the fact that we basically have 7 of the 8 in the cahoots here. But I'm, the stakes are high. I'm placing my bets on a show that I fell in love with in the first season and has been excellent in its second season, which is Natasha Lyonne in Poker Face. That show is amazing. It's streaming on Peacock, and if you grew up watching reruns of Columbo and McCloud and Murder, She Wrote, and Natasha Lyonne has been just an amazing actress ever since I first found Slums of Beverly Hills. I think in 1998 that came out. She's done great work on Orange is the New Black and Russian Doll, but she was born to play Charlie Cale in this show. It is excellent. It was nominated for 4 Emmys last year, but Outstanding Comedy Series was not one of them. But I do agree that What We Do in the Shadows probably has a better shot. I'd be perfectly happy swapping out Poker Face with What We Do in the Shadows. But Perry, what are you going to say?
I do think Poker Face probably would be my number 1 honorable mention. I think it has a chance. I veer towards the other ones because of, obviously the narrative working in their favor. And while Poker Face is very good, there's something about just the lack of, I guess, hype that at least I'm personally experiencing right now that I feel like is bumping it down my list at this given moment. And the same is true for another show that I hear a lot of people talking about. It's The Four Seasons. Admittedly, I haven't watched a single episode of that just because not enough hours in the day.
Right.
But that is another one where, while it is in the spotlight right now, I am not necessarily seeing it in the spotlight in the right way or a big enough way to suggest that it's going to be a new series to crack this category.
Well, I have the Four Seasons as an honorable mention, mostly because of the star power of the cast: Tina Fey, Steve Carell. I actually did not think the show was that great. It was a little too light on its feet. I didn't really laugh out loud. I kind of chuckled. I related to the show as a examination of a midlife crisis, but I just don't know if it's going to be strong enough to crack the top 8. Jeff, what about you about Four Seasons?
I really liked the Four Seasons, and I know I'm in the minority on that. I thought it was really good, but you're right. It's more of like a dramedy than a comedy. It's not super like laugh out loud, but I don't think it has the reviews to vault it into the 8 here. And with Poker Face, same thing with Perri. Like, I just don't sense the buzz. I really liked season 2, but I don't think it was as good as season 1. I think the fact that it changes casts every episode actually hurts its chances, because you don't get to know the characters like as well as a traditional sitcom character, and it just didn't play with the formula enough. It's fallen a little just like into like the safe formula. I love that Heat homage though. Scott, did you see that episode?
Yes, yeah. I mean, look, the Poker Face episodes. I mean, there is a through line. There is a something that stitches together, like a subplot that stitches them together. But it's Natasha Lyonne's show. It's about Charlie Cale. I mean, it's not like an anthology show like Black Mirror, but I get what you're saying. But regardless, I mean, are there other honorable mentions that you think have a chance of cracking the top 8, or that you just want to just call out some attention to?
Yeah, I got one. I'm bursting at the seams. I feel like you two have heard me talk about this show, and really over the years, every single passing day, I still can't believe it's not a bigger player, particularly when it comes to Emmys. I think Ghosts is one of the absolute best comedies we've seen in quite a long time. If I were an Academy voter, this would probably be getting my very first vote. It's just, it's so good. It's so funny. It's instant smiles and happiness. Yeah. That ensemble is one of the best cast ensembles I've seen in recent years. The comedic timing is just absolute perfection. And then on top of that, yes, it is a laugh out loud, funny comedy, but the way they tie those laughs to like real grounded emotional truths is so impressive. Every single season, that one just blows me away consistently. And, the show gets a double renewal for seasons 5 and 6. How are we not also talking about it being a real Emmy contender, not only in this category, but for some of its cast too? I can't speak highly enough about Ghosts.
I've seen a few episodes. I agree. It's a delightful show. Jeff, have you seen that, or is there something else that you want to draw attention to?
I mean, I haven't seen anything else that is even in the realm of comedy here. But, there are shows like English Teacher that got great reviews on FX, but then, its lead had a scandal. So I think that kind of takes it out of the running. St. Denis Medical is a show I haven't seen an episode, but it felt like that was the new buzzy broadcast show this season, like an Abbott Elementary. Maybe that gets like a Cinderella type of moment and sneaks in there. And then there's the Ted Danson show on Netflix, A Man on the Inside. You can never discount Ted Danson. Emmy voters love him. Do I think that any of these shows have what it takes to bump off What We Do in the Shadows, or a show like Righteous Gemstones, which I think is right on the bubble there? No.
Agatha all along is putting in the work too. I don't think it's necessarily going to pay off in this category, but I am seeing them all over the place right now.
I really like Colin from Accounts. I think that shows like it has a frenzy kind of vibe to it, but not strong enough to land on the nominees list.
What do you guys think of Gemstones and the fact that it didn't seem to be in the conversation for you two?
No, it's not. I never saw it.
Okay.
It's just like it feels like it clearly has a fan base, but it feels like it's always been on the periphery with these types of conversations. With so Emmys, I have a feeling that's where it's going to stay.
Well, Jeff, this is definitely turning out to be one of our shortest episodes of FYC. It looks like our top 8 predictions for Outstanding Comedy Series for the 77th Primetime Emmy Awards are Hacks, The Studio, Only Murders in the Building, The Bear, Abbott Elementary, Nobody Wants This, What We Do in the Shadows, and Shrinking. Are we in agreement? Yes, we are.
Yeah.
So those are the nominees this time around. We will, I'm sure, revisit these nominations as we get closer to the Emmy nominations, which will be announced on Tuesday, July 15th. Thank you, as always, for watching FYC. Make sure you subscribe to Perri's YouTube channel. Just scroll down a little bit right now and hit the subscribe button. Make sure you subscribe to Jeff Snyder's newsletter, theinsnyder.com, and check Jeff out with my great pal John Roca on John Roca's YouTube channel, which is The Hot. Mike and Perri, where can people follow you on social media?
Oh, everywhere. I'm on all the platforms, either at P. Nemiroff or Perri Nemiroff. And go watch all my Final Destination Bloodlines interviews. There's so many. Whether you want non-spoiler or spoiler, there's so many.
All right, Jeff, what about you? Where can people follow you on social media?
Yeah, the Insnyder. Come for the Hunger Games scoops and stay for the Mission Impossible 8 trashing.
And make sure you check out, just follow Jeff on X. Nothing is, you want to put a smile on your face, just read Jeff's thread for a day and you will smile. I love following Jeff on social media. You can follow me on Twitter, X, Instagram, Letterboxd. I'm on TikTok now, finally, kicking and screaming. I went into TikTok. All of them at Movie Nance. And make sure you share this episode of FYC on all your social media platforms so people can discover us on Emmy season, because before you know it, we're going to be covering Oscar season as well. Cannot wait for that. Sure, I'm curious to read the reactions from the Cannes Film Festival happening as we speak. So make sure you come back for the next episode of FYC. And until then, FY, see you later.